Hi everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. So, guys, I decided to record from my phone, not my phone, I'm sorry, my laptop, and send this video again because what was happening is that that video I did on YouTube earlier, for some reason, it seemed like it's not working or something's going on. Whatever it's going on with this, it's really kind of irritating. So, because usually when I do a video, I go back and look at it, right? And, you know, to make sure it's working properly. And when I notice for some reason I can't get it on my phone or on my laptop. So I'm going to do this video over and repost it just in case you guys can't see it. I see that a few people, it appeared as if they did view it, but I'm not sure. So um, hopefully you guys had a great Thursday and everything is going well, and that these messages are resonating with you. If so, that it's helping you, because these messages that I'm giving to you today are things that happen in my own life. And, I talk about the challenges, the pain, and situations of it all. And I also discuss ways that I got through it, through the healing, doing the work with therapy and working on myself and never giving up on myself, self investment. It's important, people, that we continue to do the self investment so that we can heal the grief and pain and trauma within. And then as we do that, we start to grow, love on ourselves, and then it turns into self care. So let's get into this message once again, and hopefully um, you guys get this message. The title today is Continue to Love Yourself and to Heal Your Pain. What I did is I sat and with some music earlier, and I sat down and made an outline of things because I get downloads of situations, and I made an outline so that I can, you know, emphasize certain points that I want to stress. Because, sometimes the messages will be brief and light, and other times these messages will be long and intense, because some people who are watching these videos um, may be going through the things that I'm describing here, and they need to hear these messages. So, first of all, let's get into this message. I always emphasize within most of my videos the importance of healing and loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you give love to anybody else or anything else? When you love yourself, you learn to self care and continue to take care of yourself. And as you heal and grow through all of these life experiences and situations, then you have something to give to your family if you have one, or to a potential partner, or to whatever it is, a business matter, whatever. Because when you love yourself, you're going to take care of yourself. So, with that being said, when you love yourself, you will never settle for less than you deserve. Some people are out here, and I'm talking, men watch this channel too, but I'm talking to women for just a moment, men, if you are watching. And you know what? I'll just include you in it, because men could be in this situation as well. When you love yourself, you never settle for less than you deserve. Just because it's hard to find that particular person, that you're compatible with and that may mesh with you. It doesn't mean that um, you settle. To say that just because you don't want to be alone. Never settle for something, especially when there's red flags of something that you don't want in your life, and you just settle for it not to be alone. When you start to grow, heal, and evolve, you start to love yourself. And as you love yourself, you would never settle for less than what you deserve. That's all part of the healing process. When you love yourself, you're not going to make impulsive decisions that can tear down or destroy your foundation. As you start to continue to do the work to heal, you're going to have good days, you're going to have not so good days, but as you continue to stay on a journey and never give up on your self investment, you're not going to make impulsive decisions. One of the things I used to do is make impulsive decisions in the past before I got on this healing journey. And I've learned, I had to learn these hard lessons because as I started making impulsive decisions, the consequences wasn't worth it. So as I continue to heal and grow and evolve, I started to take my time with everything that I do. I don't rush into important matters, situations that require me to pay attention because I need time to think and see, if this is worth my time or not, whether it's a business setting or a personal or relationship or friendship. Although we may all experience challenges, pain from other people due to their toxicity or etc., we get up again. We don't let that pain keep us down in a place of toxicity. We get up, heal, and keep going because we love ourselves and know our worth. And once you know your worth, you don't get into situations just because. When you learn, you grow. And when you grow and you feel better and you do better, it takes time to heal while learning to love and take care of ourselves. It's just like a child learning to walk. That child will get up, they don't just start walking. They take a few steps, fall down. Maybe the next day, take a few more steps, fall down. And then one day they get up and they just, they start walking after going through all of that. However, it is an amazing feeling of accomplishment when you start to see the progress in your life from all your hard work, you know, because healing requires that you look at yourself, and that you start to look at the pain and you start to, through therapy, I'm going to use myself, in this situation. Through therapy, I learned why I was doing things that I was doing. Like, for example, I was, being subservient to other people all the time while neglecting my needs and my wants. And through therapy and doing like a pros and a con list and going back into my childhood, talking about things that happened in my life, I realized why I was doing these things. Once you realize why you are settling for toxic situations, whether it's a family, a business matter, or whether it's a love relationship, then once you understand why you're doing it, then you can do the work to start to heal, to change that for the better. Because none of us have to settle, for negative and toxic situations. As you heal, you grow and you evolve to your highest self and start to understand things from a different perspective. You also start to look at life and challenges that you are facing from a different perspective. I know I do because in the past I would be angry about why are these things happening, and that wheel would be spinning and certain situations will come back around in my life because I wasn't learning the lessons the first and second time around. And by the time it comes around the third and fourth time, that lesson gets worse and worse. And one day I had to learn it. And once I learned it, I didn't have to repeat the lesson again. Um, what I'm noticing is as I go to God, with all my problems and concerns, God has been putting people into my life to help me on this journey because I don't have a support system, especially in the beginning with when I first started this journey. It was really, really hard. And I had to learn to lean on God. God is my source, and to trust him. And as I did that and I doing the work, I'm not taking shortcuts and I'm not out here hurting people, trying to set people up for failure or do toxic things. I'm really doing the work. God, and I'm in an upright. God will help you guys when you do it this way. Because when people start doing underhanded stuff, to get whatever it is that they want, it's never going to be satisfying or lasting because they didn't do it the right way. But having God in my life and trusting Him, He always come through with divine intervention. Especially, as I closed these doors to toxicity because it wasn't easy. At first, I would just, try to compromise with people by setting boundaries. And when they started to disrespect my boundaries, I just started closing doors permanently, cut off, block, and delete, because they're showing me what they think about me, and that's never okay with this toxicity, you know. One of the lessons that I've learned, like I just said, is to set boundaries, and to permanently cut off people when they disrespect those boundaries, you know, because they're showing me how they really feel about me. And these people were hating on my healing and growth because I'm no longer the same Lisa that they can, just use and take advantage of, and I'm no longer subservient to these individuals. Take your power back, people, because we have, you know, don't give your power to other people. It's just like movies I watch sometimes, these vampire movies where they knock on the door. They can't come in unless you invite them in. People can't take your power unless you give it away. And that's what I learned through therapy and this healing process and being on a journey to heal is that I was giving away my power to other people to do these things to me, to be verbally abusive, to be physically abusive at times, and to be toxic. And as I started to grow and heal, I took back my power. I snatched back my power, and started redirecting the focus off of these toxic individuals and situations and redirecting the focus back onto me, because I matter, just like you matter. So take back your power, guys, and start focusing on building yourself up, self investment. It's not being selfish, it's empowering yourself to take care of your mental and physical health because that's everything today. Without your physical and mental health being okay, you can't do anything else for you or anybody else around you. So it's important, self investment. Last night, I had someone who called me. Um, I had a conversation with a book publishing firm that indicated that a colleague of his had read my book, my second book, and I was asked if it was based on a true story. All of my books are fiction, and I told them that the storyline was fiction, which it is. However, even though the storyline was fiction, he indicated that the colleague thought it was real because it felt so real. And the reason why they thought it was real is I put my all into my writing. That was one of the things that was therapeutic and helped in my healing process. Because back in 2020, when all these things started to happen, and I had to sit down, we all sat down because we couldn't go out back then, but in the beginning to the grocery store and back you know. And I had a lot of time to think and pray and cry and all of it and talk to God a lot. First in the beginning, a lot of anger. And then I sat down and started to write, which was very therapeutic for me. It was an outlet for the intense pain that I was going through at that time. Also, music helps me tremendously. When I was going through my trials and tribulations back then in 2020, I listened to a lot of music and it helped me. You know, I'm not a big fan of Lauryn Hill, guys, but this one song by her that touched my spirit so much. It was a part of what I was dealing with at the time. And I'm going to put that song on for a minute because I did this earlier, but like I said, I don't think that something went wrong or whatever because I can't even pull up the YouTube. But this is the part of the song, and I listened to this song a whole lot during my pain and everything. So take a listen, guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it right there. That song and the whole song, if you never listened to that song, go and listen to that. It's called The X Factor by Lauryn Hill. And listen to the words in that song. The words in that is so deep. Excuse me. And the reason why that song touched me so much, because during the time that I was listening to it, I was going through everything. One of the things that she was talking about in the song, and it was about an ex who was playing with her back and forth, saying, this and that, and the actions wasn't matching the words. But go listen to that song. It's deep and intense. And I must have played that song over and over for about a year, as we were in a shutdown. And as I did so, because, we couldn't go out but to the store and back, I would be in a corner crying my eyes out on my knees, feeling the pain and effects of the, breakup of a relationship I had. I'm initially from New York. If I don't know if I said that before, but I started dating someone here in Massachusetts, and I came down here probably. I think it was somewhere late in 2016, and I had dated this person for 2 years, and really, really fell in love, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I thank God every day that I didn't marry this person, because this person has some serious issues that need to be healed. And that's all I'm going to say, about those issues. But, I tried to hang in there, because the Lisa I was back then, I always thought that no matter what anybody was going through, that I can heal their pain, through my actions of being who I am and my love and everything that I'm given. People, I had to learn as I healed. That's not always the case. That's never really the case, because if that person is not motivated to do better in their life, to go on a healing journey, to heal the hurts and pains in their life, and to look at it and to, move forward with the healing process, they have to want to do that. You can bring the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink. And if a person doesn't want to move forward, there's nothing you can do. And in my case, I even went further. I went and said, listen, let's try to fix this through couples therapy. I contacted, a therapist who does couples therapy to try to do this. And when this ex said okay, and I was, happy, because I was thinking, okay, we're gonna sit with a therapist, and it's gonna be, we got to get through this, because, I really at the time really was in love with this person, right? And then after making the appointment and talking to the therapist, a few days later, I don't even get a phone call, people. I get a text saying that I don't think I want to do this relationship thing with you anymore. I think I need to be by myself for a while. What can I say to something like that? I was devastated. I said my piece on how it made me feel, because I was in so much pain from that, because I didn't feel like I deserved that. I was giving my all to it. But the person was, was seeing somebody else too, and I found out about that by going through their phone the last time that we were together. And when I saw what I saw, that's why I wanted to do the therapy, so we can work this out. That's how much I was invested in this. And once that was said, I let go. It was hard to let go, you know. Um, I just moved on. And how I did it too is I was wearing an engagement ring. People, no lie. I was listening to music, I was driving, and something one day I just opened up the window and I threw it out. Just got rid of it, because I knew once I did that, I would never return. Because what I saw in that phone, and what it devastated me, and the individuals that they were sleeping with. One I knew, the others I didn't, but it was just horrific. And, I don't want to get deeper into that, but it was a lesson for me, because now I'm in a state of Massachusetts, and I came down and I thought, and then I didn't leave. And what I did is build up myself here, and it was hard. And I had to, and then after all of that, then my mom died, and my dog died. losing people who I known for a while who were my friends dying. My best friend died, and it was just about 10, 12 people dying like a domino effect. And I had to sit and heal all of this, you know. And that song, along with some other songs, I had a playlist of songs. And then people, when things slowly opened up, the gym was open. So I went to Planet Fitness with my headset and phone with a playlist of music. And every other day or so, I think, I went there and I started pumping iron. But I didn't realize how angry I was along with the pain. So as I was pumping that iron, men was coming over watching. It's like, oh shit, and she's pumping. And I didn't realize I was just so angry about the whole situation and everything. I felt like, I was deceived into something that wasn't real. And I was just, in all the pain of the loss and everything else that was going on. And and I just wanted, I was finding ways to get rid of that pain. As I started therapy, because I started to do the therapy and I started to do the work to heal. In the beginning, it was hard talking to my therapist, but I started to do the work to heal. I became, and as I start to invest in me, redirect the attention off of my situation with that person and taking it off of toxic people that were in my life. Because as I start to lose people, I start to realize that people I had around me didn't give a damn about me and what was going on in my life. And as I took the attention off of them and redirect the attention to myself, I started to do the work to heal. I started to make a pro and a kind list. As my therapist said, first he would always say set boundaries and then make a pro and con list of these individuals that you have around you, and as I did, I realized the con was outweighing the pros. And as I did that, I started to set boundaries. And as these people start to disrespect my boundaries, then I learned to cut off, block, and delete, you know. And as I start to grow and do the work and continue to do it, it was hard, people, very difficult, because I had to look at my pain and understand where it was coming from and why I was doing the things I was doing. And then I started to overcome these things. And then the noise that was around me, and the noise I'm talking about, the gossip and the malicious lies and people calling, doing the most and the worst. I started to become unbothered by it as I learned how to, as I built my relationship with God, I learned how to transmute that energy and give it to Him. I started to make vows to God and keep those vows. And as I continued to stand in the upright, God started answering my prayers, making situations happen through divine intervention. Because I redirected my attention off the toxicity and the individuals who were creating that in my life, and I redirected it on my healing and growth. Like I said, I understand pain, people, and agony of it all because I experienced so much of it. And I'm sharing my story here today to help someone else who might be watching and currently going through everything that I'm talking about here, or at least some of it. Today I take my time to make better decisions. And even with like business matters, these people calling, blowing up my phone about my third book, and I'm taking my time to see what's best for me, not what's best for them. And today I take my time because as I do so, I make better decisions for my life because I learned these hard lessons that if I impulsively make decisions, it can turn out disastrous. Even with dating and things like that, I take my time. And people, in reference to dating, like one of the things I had a talk with a friend about is that yesterday we were talking about something. Is that if you ask someone out, male or female, whether you're a guy or a girl and you going up to somebody, and if that person is not interested in you, why do you have to take it so hard to the point where you want to go and destroy somebody's life? That's a mental health issue to me. because I have people reject me too. I don't care what people say. Oh, you look good, whatever. You don't look good, whatever the case is. I have rejection as well. And if someone reject me, I say, okay, that person is not for my life. It's not for me to go and stalk somebody and make up lies about them, try to set them up for failure, and have people game stalking and calling cops, making false reports and lies simply because somebody don't want you in their life. And not only on a relationship level, but on a friendship level. If somebody is toxic as hell and they're bringing toxicity, and you start to set boundaries with this person, I need to go and heal certain things in my life, and they can't respect that and the boundaries that you implemented to help you yourself so that you can grow, and you redirected attention to yourself, and they can't understand that, and they're trying to create all types of hell in my life. I cut them off, block and delete, because I don't need that in my life. And so it's hard lessons to learn, because these are people who've been around me a long time and I thought had my back. But God had to sit me down, people, and show me what was really happening behind the scenes, because I failed to listen to the red flags that were all around me. Listen to your intuition. It will never guide you in the wrong direction. Please pay attention to the signs, because it's going to let you know everything you need to know, whether you're male or female. We all have an intuition. And if that thing is going off like a fire siren, listen to it and pay attention, because it's going to save you from a lot of pain, heartache, and even danger sometimes out of your life. And I know what at this point of my life, I'm still healing, growing, evolving. I'm looking at life and challenges from a different perspective, as I have not done in the past. I'm learning to look at these things, because remember, people, um, life is people, situations, people, places, things, and situations come into your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And a lot of these things are lessons in life. I said, if we don't learn these lessons, we have to repeat them. And when they come back around, they're worse than ever. So I try to learn them as quickly as possible. I now know, as I stay on this journey and continue to heal and do things so that I can grow, I know what peace feels like instead of being in pieces. And if I have a choice in a matter, I'm moving forward. And if I have to leave people behind because of the toxicity, regardless if it's a relationship matter, people I grew up with, or family, if it's toxic and it's not building me up, it's tearing me down, then I have to leave it where it is, and stay, over here on this path to grow and evolve. People, think about decisions you're making. Please redirect all of these things back to you so that you can heal and grow. Take your power back so that, and invest that into you, because like I said before, your mental and physical health is everything. Without that, you can't do anything for yourself or anyone else. And when you love yourself, you start to make better decisions in your life. That is the message again today. And I'm going to upload this video and put it on my YouTube channel. I don't know what happened before. Hopefully you guys get this message and able to see this video. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great evening. This is Lisa, shedding love and light and uplifting you all always. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.